Imagine being 88 years old and struggling just to rise from a chair, then, only 10 weeks later, walking briskly through the park every single morning with newfound energy. That's not a fantasy or a miracle cure. It's the real-life story of a man who transformed his strength and mobility simply by changing the kind of protein he ate. This powerful example forces us to rethink one of the biggest health assumptions most of us carry, that eggs are the gold standard of protein. What made his transformation so remarkable wasn't that he ate more protein, but that he switched to protein sources proven by science to be more effective for aging muscles. By carefully choosing foods with unique compounds that eggs lack, his body started producing muscle protein at nearly the same rate as someone 25 years younger. For seniors who often feel that muscle loss is an unavoidable part of aging, this story is a beacon of hope. It shows that muscle strength after 70 isn't only possible, it's achievable with the right dietary choices. Think about how this applies in everyday life. Many older adults accept the frustration of losing independence, needing help to climb stairs, struggling to carry groceries, or giving up hobbies like gardening because muscles simply feel too weak. But imagine reversing that decline, not with expensive supplements or grueling workouts, but with smart nutrition. Just as this 88-year-old man proved, targeted protein can help seniors regain energy, mobility, and confidence. The science behind this shift is compelling. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at turning protein into muscle, a process known as muscle protein synthesis. That's why simply eating more steak, chicken, or eggs doesn't always work. What matters is choosing proteins that deliver faster absorption, inflammation-fighting compounds, or nutrient combinations that amplify the body's response. The right proteins essentially unlock muscles, telling them it's time to grow stronger again. For families, this isn't just about adding years to life, it's about adding life to years. Imagine grandparents being able to play actively with their grandkids, enjoy long walks with friends, or maintain the stamina to travel. Strong muscles protect against falls, speed up recovery from illness, and keep people independent longer. And independence, more than almost anything else, defines quality of life in old age. If this message resonates with you, take a simple step right now. Don't let this information fade away. Subscribe to Healthy Life 24/7 for more practical, science-backed tips that can transform your health at any age. And if you've ever wondered whether protein really matters after 70, or if you have questions about your own nutrition, drop a comment below. Your story might inspire someone else to take action. Building muscle after 70 isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming strength, resilience, and dignity in the years that matter most. The journey begins not with eggs, but with smarter protein choices that can change everything. When most people picture protein for strength, especially in older age, they think of steak, chicken, or maybe a few scrambled eggs. Plant-based proteins rarely make the cut because they're often dismissed as too weak to build or maintain real muscle. But science is rewriting that story, and at the top of the list of underestimated muscle builders is a humble, budget-friendly food, lentils. For less than 50 cents a cup, cooked lentils pack 18 grams of protein, enough to rival many traditional animal sources. Yet what makes them truly powerful isn't just the protein itself, but the package of nutrients and compounds that come along for the ride. Take fiber, for example. A single cup of lentils provides about 16 grams split between soluble and insoluble fiber. That fiber doesn't just help digestion. It feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce butyrate, a compound that reduces muscle inflammation, improves insulin sensitivity, and helps the body use protein more efficiently. Researchers even call this connection the gut-muscle axis. Some studies suggest that a healthy gut can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 30%, a boost no steak or egg alone can offer. This might explain why in blue zones regions, where people routinely live active lives, into their 90s lentils and other legumes are daily staples. It's not just about living longer, but staying strong and capable deep into old age. Lentils also provide resistant starch, which behaves like fiber by steadying blood sugar and supporting fat management. That means fewer energy crashes and more stable fuel for active muscles. Another key nutrient is folate. Nearly 1 in 3 older adults fall short on folate, and low levels can slow down protein creation at the DNA level. A serving of lentils covers almost 90% of daily folate needs, and research shows that correcting folate deficiency can boost muscle strength within weeks, with measurable muscle growth in just a few months. Add to that their rich iron content, about 37% of daily needs per cup, and you see why lentils are more than just cheap protein. When paired with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers, tomatoes, or a squeeze of lemon juice, iron absorption triples, fueling the oxygen-carrying myoglobin in muscles that keeps energy levels steady. Lentils are also loaded with potassium more than bananas, which protects against cramps, reduces calcium loss, and helps muscles stay firm. They contain lysine, an amino acid often missing in plant-heavy diets, which supports collagen formation and muscle repair. And if you want to get the most out of them, you can sprout lentils, boosting protein content by about 20%. while making them easier to digest. From a practical standpoint, lentils are incredibly versatile. While red lentils cook in about 10 minutes and turn silky smooth, perfect for soups and people who struggle with chewing. Green lentils hold their shape in hearty salads, while black beluga lentils pack the highest antioxidant punch. They're affordable, easy to prepare, and don't require refrigeration, making them ideal for seniors or anyone looking for simple, nutrient-dense meals. The bottom line? Lentils prove that plant proteins aren't weaker than eggs. They can actually deliver more muscle-building power thanks to their synergy of protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and anti-inflammatory compounds. If you've ever thought that muscle strength after 70 depends only on animal protein, lentils challenge that belief in the best possible way. And here's something important. If you're finding this information helpful, give this a like and share it with someone you care about. Sometimes a small change like adding a cup of lentils to a meal can make the difference between struggling with mobility and thriving with independence. If lentils show us that plants can fuel muscle, hemp seeds prove that nature has a way of designing protein that feels almost tailor-made for the human body. At first glance, these tiny seeds may look unimpressive, but inside lies a nutritional profile that makes them one of the most senior-friendly protein sources available. Just 3 tablespoons, a small sprinkle over yogurt, oatmeal, or a salad deliver around 10 grams of complete protein. That's nearly as much as 2 eggs, and the body recognizes it instantly. The secret is a protein called edestin, which is nearly identical to the proteins found in human plasma. Because of this similarity, hemp protein requires very little processing for the body to absorb, meaning muscles can use it more quickly and efficiently. Imagine it like giving your muscles a familiar language they can understand right away. For older adults whose digestion and absorption often slow with age, this efficiency can make the difference between protein that passes through the system unused and protein that actively rebuilds muscle tissue. But hemp seeds don't stop at protein, they shine because of their unique fat profile. The ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids in hemp is about 3. 1 considered nearly ideal for reducing inflammation and nourishing muscles. By comparison, eggs often land closer to 20, 1 which can fuel inflammation instead of calming it. That makes hemp especially valuable for aging bodies where inflammation behaves like rust, slowly wearing away at muscle strength. There's also a rare fat in hemp seeds called gamma-linolenic acid, GLA. Once consumed, it converts into DGLA, a compound shown to directly reduce muscle soreness and accelerate recovery. In fact, studies reveal that GLA can reduce post-exercise soreness in older adults by up to 40%. Pair this with arginine, another amino acid in hemp seeds that widens blood vessels and improves circulation, and you've got a 1-2 punch for recovery and repair. Since circulation naturally slows with age, arginine also helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to muscle fibers more effectively. Hemp seeds are also rich in magnesium, covering nearly half your daily needs with just 3 tablespoons. This is especially important because more than 80% of older adults are deficient in magnesium, leading to cramps, weakness, and sluggish recovery. Magnesium also activates vitamin D, which directly supports muscle strength. Pair hemp seeds with salmon, for instance, and you've created a clinically powerful recovery meal that nourishes both muscles and bones. Beyond that, hemp seeds deliver iron, zinc, and phosphorus, each playing a crucial role in oxygen transport, protein building, and energy production. Eating them with vitamin C-rich foods like an orange or some red bell pepper makes their iron content even more effective. Their natural green color comes from chlorophyll, which helps transport oxygen, reduces fatigue, and even supports detoxification by clearing waste products from muscle tissue.
And the best part? They require no cooking, no special preparation, and no refrigeration.
Just sprinkle them on cereal, blend them into smoothies, or even snack on them straight. Their mild, nutty flavor makes them easy to enjoy every day without feeling like you're eating health food. For seniors, hemp seeds offer more than nutrition. They offer convenience and peace of mind. They're portable, shelf-stable, and adaptable, making it easy to meet daily protein needs without fuss. And for families, they're an easy way to upgrade meals for everyone, not just older adults. In short, hemp seeds aren't just another plant protein. They're a powerful ally against inflammation, circulation decline, and nutrient deficiencies that creep up with age. For someone past 70, adding a few spoonfuls daily could mean faster recovery, less soreness, and stronger muscles. When it comes to proteins that protect and repair muscles, few foods can compete with wild salmon. While many people think of fish primarily as heart-healthy, salmon brings benefits that go far deeper, literally to the cellular level of aging muscle fibers. Each serving provides about 22 grams of high-quality protein, but the real advantage lies in its abundance of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. As the years pass, inflammation acts like rust, slowly eating away at muscle tissue. Eggs and meat may provide building blocks for muscle, but they don't stop this corrosion. Omega-3s, on the other hand, actually integrate into muscle cell membranes, making them more flexible and responsive to growth signals. Research from the University of Washington found that older adults who consumed salmon, or the equivalent in omega-3s 3 times per week, gained 6% more muscle mass, even without changing their exercise habits. Even more impressive, their muscles became more sensitive to all protein sources, meaning they got more benefit out of every gram they ate. Salmon also activates the mTOR pathway, often called the master switch of muscle building. At the same time, it lowers inflammatory molecules like TNF-alpha and IL-6, which otherwise block muscle growth. This makes salmon not just another source of protein, but a true muscle protective food. Beyond omega-3s, salmon provides a nutrient that eggs almost completely lack, vitamin D. A single serving offers around 1,000 IU, enough to correct deficiencies common in older adults. Vitamin D doesn't just support bones, it directly triggers protein-building activity in muscle cells. Studies show that correcting low vitamin D levels can boost muscle strength by up to 20%, a meaningful difference for seniors trying to maintain independence. Then there's astaxanthin, the vibrant pink antioxidant that gives wild salmon its color. Astaxanthin is up to 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C at neutralizing harmful free radicals. It protects mitochondria, the energy factories inside cells, so muscles can sustain endurance and resist fatigue. Clinical trials suggest that seniors supplementing with astaxanthin improved muscular endurance by nearly 40%, making everyday tasks like climbing stairs or walking longer distances noticeably easier. Salmon also delivers selenium, fueling the body's natural antioxidant defenses, and about 1 gram of creatine per serving. While many people associate creatine with athletes, it benefits older adults too by improving contraction strength and performance during activity. The form of salmon matters as well. Wild-caught Alaskan salmon contains higher omega-3s, more vitamin D, and natural astaxanthin compared to farm-raised varieties, which often rely on artificial coloring. Steaming or gently baking helps preserve delicate omega-3 fats, and adding lemon juice not only enhances flavor, but prevents oxidation while boosting iron absorption. Budget-friendly options exist too. Canned wild salmon is often overlooked, but it's affordable, shelf-stable, and comes with the added bonus of edible soft bones that supply calcium. Many seniors enjoy mixing canned salmon with Greek yogurt and herbs for a protein-rich, probiotic-packed meal that supports both muscles and gut health. In everyday terms, salmon helps seniors feel stronger and more energized. Imagine being able to walk longer distances without fatigue, garden without soreness, or recover from activity faster. Those are the kinds of quality-of-life improvements omega-3s and astaxanthin can bring. For older adults, adding salmon to the menu 2 or 3 times a week could be one of the simplest, most effective strategies to preserve muscle and independence. It doesn't just build muscle, it protects it from the slow erosion of time. If there's one protein that deserves the title of fast track to muscle growth for older adults, it's whey protein. While eggs take hours to digest, whey works almost instantly, and that speed makes a world of difference after age 70. As we grow older, the body's window for turning protein into muscle, called the anabolic response, shrinks dramatically. By the time protein from eggs or meat has broken down, that window is often closed. Whey solves this problem by delivering a rapid flood of amino acids in just about an hour, perfectly timed to trigger muscle building. The superstar inside whey is leucine, an amino acid often referred to as the muscle switch. Seniors need nearly 3 grams of leucine in one serving to flip that switch. Eggs only provide about 1.3 grams per serving, meaning you'd need to eat around 5 eggs to match the effect of just a scoop and a half of whey. That efficiency makes whey especially valuable for older adults who may struggle with appetite or have smaller food portions. But leucine is only part of the story. Whey also carries other branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs, like isoleucine and valine, which fuel muscle energy and protect fibers from breaking down during activity. In studies at McMaster University, seniors over 75 who consumed whey built nearly twice as much muscle as those who relied on eggs, even though their total protein intake was the same. The researchers were so surprised by the results that they repeated the study multiple times, and each time, whey came out on top. What many people don't realize is that whey supports more than muscle. It contains natural antibodies called immunoglobulins, which help calm hidden gut inflammation that can block protein absorption in older adults. It also contains glycomacropeptides, compounds that improve appetite regulation and insulin sensitivity. With better insulin response, more protein actually makes it into muscle tissue instead of being stored as fat. That's a double win for anyone trying to stay lean and strong past 70. The versatility of whey is another reason it's so practical. It blends easily into smoothies with frozen berries, which protect protein during digestion, or with a dash of cinnamon, which may improve insulin function by up to 20%. For those sensitive to lactose, whey isolate is a gentle option, as almost all the lactose is removed. If digestion isn't an issue, whey concentrate provides extra immune-supporting compounds. Consistency is key. Drinking whey within half an hour of preparation ensures its proteins remain intact, and using it after activity or first thing in the morning helps muscles respond quickly. Seniors who added whey to breakfast often reported higher energy levels, faster recovery, and noticeable gains in strength within weeks. One example comes from a 92-year-old woman who blended whey with fruit each morning. She not only regained muscle, but also noticed improved stamina for daily tasks like carrying groceries and climbing stairs. For practical use, whey isn't about bodybuilding shakes. It's about giving aging muscles the exact push they need to stay active and resilient. For someone in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s, it can mean the difference between declining mobility and a renewed sense of strength. While whey protein gives muscles a fast burst of growth, cottage cheese works in the opposite way, slow, steady, and long-lasting. For seniors, that's exactly what makes it powerful. As we sleep, the body often breaks down muscle tissue to use as fuel. This process, called overnight muscle catabolism, becomes more pronounced with age. That's why many older adults wake up feeling weaker or stiffer over time. Cottage cheese offers a natural solution by providing casein, a protein that digests gradually and releases amino acids into the bloodstream for 6 to 8 hours. It's like leaving a nightlight on for your muscles, preventing them from running on empty while you rest. Dutch researchers discovered that when seniors ate cottage cheese before bed, their bodies continued creating new muscle proteins throughout the night. This turned what is usually a vulnerable period for muscle loss into a productive time of recovery and repair. For people in their 70s and 80s, that can mean waking up not weaker, but stronger. The benefits don't stop there. Cottage cheese also contains compounds that slightly lower blood pressure and promote deeper sleep. Better rest matters because it increases the release of growth hormone, the body's natural signal for repair. This means that eating cottage cheese not only fuels the body with protein, it helps improve the very sleep cycles that amplify muscle recovery. Nutritionally, cottage cheese covers many of the deficiencies common in older adults. A single cup provides about 90% of the daily need for selenium, a mineral that protects muscles from oxidative damage. Low selenium is linked to fatigue and weakness, which makes this simple food especially valuable. Cottage cheese also delivers calcium for bones and muscle contractions, vitamin B12 for protein metabolism, and phosphorus to fuel ATP, the energy molecule every muscle fiber relies on.
It's also practical.
Soft, easy to digest, and requiring no cooking, cottage cheese is ideal for people with chewing problems or reduced stomach acid. Even its sodium content, often seen as a drawback, can help maintain hydration and circulation in seniors. For those sensitive to salt, rinsing cottage cheese briefly underwater reduces sodium by nearly half without losing protein content. And it doesn't have to be boring. Many seniors turn it into a bedtime ritual snack, mixing in flax seeds for omega-3s, walnuts for arginine, or blending it with honey and freezing it into a light ice cream-style dessert. These creative variations not only keep it enjoyable, but also add extra nutrients that work hand in hand with its slow-digesting protein. Think of cottage cheese as an overnight bodyguard for your muscles. Instead of letting them shrink while you sleep, it keeps them supplied, protected, and ready for the day ahead. For older adults, this small habit can mean waking up with more energy, less stiffness, and stronger muscles over time. If whey is the fast-acting spark and cottage cheese is the slow-burning fuel, Seitan is the heavyweight champion of plant-based proteins. Often called wheat meat, Seitan is made from vital wheat gluten, and it offers one of the densest concentrations of protein you'll find in any food. Just 100 grams, about the size of a small chicken breast, delivers a massive 39 grams of protein. That rivals, and in some cases exceeds, the protein content of steak or chicken, but without the saturated fats and heavy digestion that often come with animal foods. For older adults, one of Seitan's biggest advantages is digestibility. As the body ages, digestion slows and nutrient absorption becomes less efficient. Animal proteins, while rich in amino acids, can feel heavy and sometimes cause bloating or discomfort. Seitan, however, is stripped of most starch and fiber during processing, leaving behind a concentrated form of protein that the body can absorb quickly and easily. Science backs up its muscle-preserving benefits. A 2022 study published in Clinical Nutrition ESPN found that seniors who incorporated plant-based proteins like seitan preserved 21% more lean muscle mass compared to those who ate a more traditional mixed diet. This means that seitan isn't just filling, it directly supports the maintenance of muscle, which is crucial for preventing frailty and loss of independence in older age. Another bonus, seitan is naturally low in fat and carbohydrates. For seniors managing diabetes, high cholesterol, or simply watching their weight, seitan delivers the muscle-building punch of protein without spiking blood sugar or adding unnecessary calories. That's a big contrast to red meat, which can carry inflammatory compounds and extra fat that work against long-term health. Seitan is also incredibly versatile. Its chewy, meaty texture makes it more satisfying than tofu or tempeh for people who crave that hearty bite. You can slice it into stir fries, grill it into smoky strips, roast it with spices for a barbecue-style dish, or pan-sear it with garlic and olive oil for a quick meal. Because it soaks up flavors easily, it can mimic a wide variety of dishes, from Asian-inspired stir-fries to Mediterranean wraps. Nutritionally, seitan also brings iron, though it's the plant-based form known as non-heme iron. To boost absorption, it's best paired with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers, broccoli, or kale. This simple combination makes the iron far more bioavailable, helping fuel oxygen transport in muscles and supporting energy during activity. Of course, one consideration is that seitan is made from gluten. For those with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, it's not an option. But for most seniors without gluten intolerance, it can be a safe, effective, and highly efficient protein source. Think of seitan as a powerful alternative to meat, delivering nearly all the muscle-building benefits, often more efficiently and without the drawbacks. For older adults who want to keep meals hearty, satisfying, and muscle-friendly, seitan offers both strength and versatility. When you step back and look at the full picture, a powerful message becomes clear. Muscle loss after 70 is not inevitable. Too often, seniors believe that weakness, frailty, and dependence are simply part of aging. Yet science and the inspiring stories of older adults regaining strength prove that with the right proteins, muscles can be rebuilt, protected, and kept resilient well into the later decades of life. Consider the range of options highlighted here. Lentils give not only protein but gut-strengthening fiber and folate that amplify muscle growth. Hemp seeds deliver protein that the body instantly recognizes, along with anti-inflammatory fats and circulation-boosting arginine. Wild salmon repairs muscles at the cellular level with omega-3s and astaxanthin, nutrients eggs simply can't match. Whey protein acts like a switch, flipping muscle growth back on with leucine-rich fuel. Cottage cheese provides slow-digesting casein that protects muscles overnight while promoting better rest. Seitan rivals steak in protein density but digests more easily, helping seniors maintain lean mass without the downsides of heavy meats. Together, these foods show us that building and preserving muscle doesn't require exotic supplements or extreme diets. It comes down to making smarter, more targeted choices, picking proteins that work with the aging body instead of against it. Think about the practical impact. Stronger muscles mean fewer falls, faster recovery from illness, and the ability to keep doing the things you love. Whether that's tending a garden, walking the dog, playing with grandkids, or traveling, independence hinges on strength. And the good news is that strength can be nourished at the dinner table. For families supporting aging parents or grandparents, these foods are approachable and affordable. A pot of lentil soup, a sprinkle of hemp seeds on oatmeal, salmon twice a week, or a nightly bowl of cottage cheese. These aren't complicated prescriptions. They're everyday meals with extraordinary benefits. The story of the 88-year-old man who went from struggling to stand to walking briskly in just 10 weeks is a reminder of what's possible. Age doesn't have to define your strength. Eggs may have their place, but they're not the gold standard we once thought. There are smarter, more effective choices that calm inflammation, fuel recovery, and unlock muscle growth even when the body has slowed. So the takeaway is simple: muscle loss is not destiny. With the right proteins, lentils, hemp seeds, salmon, whey, cottage cheese, and seitan, you can rebuild, repair, and stay strong no matter your age. If this gives you something new to think about, do a small favor that makes a big impact. Tap the like button, share this with someone who could benefit, and subscribe to Healthy Life 24/7 so you never miss practical, science-based tips for staying healthy and strong. Here's to walking, lifting, and living with strength, whether you're 70, 80, 90, or beyond.